Hello, how's it going, everybody? So this is Addicted to Knives, and yeah, we got one that the Kizer Genie is something that is one knife that I love. I've had the micarta. I've had all the variants of it, but for some odd reason I keep going back to this one, which this is the liner lock, the steel liner lock with shredded carbon fiber, S35VN blade, titanium pocket clip, and titanium backspacer. And this thing, the action on it, everything is just, it's solid. It could use maybe a smidge of a turn, but I need to Loctite that. But normally it doesn't walk, but sometimes it does if I do it for long enough, flick it for long enough. But the lefty flick on this, whoo, let me tell you, it's perfect because it's got a little bit more cutout, so it's literally like money. But the drop is beautiful. But see, sometimes on that side you gotta kind of get your the meat of your finger in there, and then you can do it really good. That's kind of what I do. I mean, you can get your nail under there, but under the camera it's kind of hard to do it because you kind of gotta like do that. So, but left-handed, all day, sit there and drive or whatever, and just sit there and flick. The titanium model, you couldn't really do it in the left hand, so like obviously the clip doesn't go high enough. Now if the clip did, that'd be awesome. But or if there was a bolster lock model, that would be sick. But I love this blade shape, how thin it is. It's a pretty thin profile. Let me see, I'm trying to think of something else that is thin. Alright, so what I got here, I have the this is the axial gear shift. Now it's an OTF. Now it's as thick as the OTF blade, you know. Like as wide, not thick, but as wide. And I could put these together. See, it's pretty thin. It's like really thin. Of a knife, like profile, even when it's closed, it's thin. It is shorter than this, and it's about the same thickness. Yeah, it's about the same thickness as this closed. So, like, it's pretty thin for a full size blade. Now I have the micarta ones. I have noticed that the blade, the detents on some of them are a little bit stronger. But with the excuse me, the micarta versions, you get a N690 blade, which, you know, it's whatever. But I like the for some reason this carbon fiber feel and the sound just is perfect. It just, I don't know, just something about it, just the way it closes too, like straight to your nail, and then boom, and it's like such a hydraulic kind of, like it sucks it in at the end. It's so satisfying. So satisfying. Again, I think this blade is it's 3 1/4. That's what we got on this one, which is a nice size blade, but it actually reminds me of the it's the blade that Kevin from Left EDC always has. The oh, now I'm gonna forget. It's that really high end one. It's like $700. I forget the name of it, but I'll put a little picture of it up. I'm drinking some Pepsi. A Pepsi kind of guy. I always say that. I'm sorry, that's my chair squeaking. I need a new chair. But yeah, this is just, it's just a nice small little, and it really, it's a gent carry. It could be a gent carry, because it's so thin. But this blade slices. It really slices good. Like I'm surprised, and it's not too dainty of a stock. So I mean, it's not a complete full flat, but it comes down pretty thin. I don't know how many sharpenings you're gonna get out of it, but it does have a perfect plunge grind. I will say that. It's got a perfect plunge grind. So there's like the front flipper. I forgot about that. See, I forgot completely that it has a front flipper. This front flipper, people that don't even like front flippers, that can't flip, can flip this. Period. It's so easy that it's crazy. I got a friend that I gave my Carter one to, and because I had my Carter one a while ago, and I gave it to him for his birthday last year, or not late, before January, which last year, and he freaking loves it. And before that, he couldn't flip a front flipper to save his life, and now he loves it. He says he doesn't even use the whole deployment to thumb it open or flick it out. He only uses the front flipper, so it's pretty cool. So having a friend, someone that you're friends with that isn't into knives, and you kind of get them into just sit there bullshit about knives, and they get interested in it. You give them a couple knives, and then they get bit by the bug, and you know how it is. I think this is definitely one hell of a knife. Like, if you have a friend or somebody that is looking for a knife, and I would say get the micarta version. Now, the micarta version, I think is a little bit I think it's a little thicker, not by much, just the width is a little bit thicker, just by a little bit, so it could be easier to handle, because you do kind of got to get used to how thin this knife is, the width wise, and it's pretty thin, so having to hold it, you got to kind of hold it in a certain way. But that noise, let me hold it up to the microphone. And it really doesn't have the rattle so much, so sometimes you'll hear it, but most of the time you don't. So it's definitely a pretty good Kizer for that, So, but ergos are fantastic. Now, this is not something that you're literally going to be sitting there slicing and slicing. I mean, you could, but food prep, this is like a really good eating an apple or something, or anything like that. This would be pretty much, it's just a great all around EDC blade. It really is. So I definitely give it 2 thumbs up for that. It is, I mean, this model is on the pricier side. Do I think it's worth it? Yes, because it's 150-ish, something around there, like maybe 15 some change. Do I think it's like 100% worth it? I mean, I think they could get away with, like, it would be really, really popular if it was in the I would say like 120 range, 129, because you can get the titanium version for the same amount you can get this version for, which is kind of like, like, come on. Obviously, a lot of people are going to want the titanium version, but I liked this because of the action. I see what happened was I ended up getting the Micarta one a while ago, and because I really seen these and I really wanted one, so I ended up realizing that they were coming out with the I think it was a year ago or so, they were coming out with the Micarta version, and it was cheaper. It was in like the $69 dollar range, $70 range. So it came out, boom, got it instantly. I might have a review on it, I'm not even sure. I might not, I don't know. So got that, freaking loved it for a while. Then I ended up getting this version and completely fell in love, because at the time I think these were a little bit less than the titanium version. But I also fell in love with the Micarta, with the being able to flick it, because the Micarta obviously is a liner lock. So I figured the titanium would still be, wouldn't be easy to flick, which I was right. So that's why if this was like a bolster lock, whew, God, Kizer, if you're listening, make this in a bolster lock. I'm telling you now, make this in a bolster lock, and you will literally not regret it. This thing will fly. I'm talking about fly off the shelves, like, telling you, it would. It's just, I don't know, it's just an all around good knife. So then I ended up selling it. I forget why, but I ended up selling this one after I gave excuse me, that was after I gave the Micarta one to a buddy of mine for his birthday, like I said, and I missed it so much after I sold this one a couple months later that I ended up getting the titanium version, because I said, fuck it, I'll try the titanium version. Got the titanium version, was kind of like, meh. I mean, it was nice, don't get me wrong, like, it felt nice, like, it was sweet, but that left flick, it was just missing that left flick, and I'm like an ambidextrous flipper, there's very few knives, if I can't flick it left-handed, I really ain't a big fan. Like this one, you couldn't even really get down here to flick it, because it's like way too, like, you're like, some knives you can at least get down far enough onto the clip, and you're good. But I'm like a lefty in disguise, I guess you could say. So, or like a wannabe lefty, maybe. I know somebody's gonna say that, like, you're a wannabe lefty, but It's just something I've always, fidgeted. I'm like a crazy fidgeter. I have ADD, so I'm all over the place. Can't stay focused and shit, obviously. So it's wonderful. I would definitely, 2 thumbs up. Definitely go buy it. Go try it out. So it's definitely not new. I mean, it's available on Amazon all the time. Same as the titanium version. My Carter version, I think, sells out a lot. Understandably, because, I mean, it is a really good knife, but the cheaper version obviously is gonna, sell the most. Which, it's a good representation of this one. It really is. I mean, the sound might be a little muted with the flicks and stuff like that, but other than that, it's a really good representation. So, but I love the blade style. Definitely can get, good, cross draw cuts. It's just a good blade, honestly. Action on the close is good. Yeah. I do wish the bearings weren't the freaking little tiny freaking bearings. I hate them. I don't know why companies nowadays have been using those little tiny. Well, I mean, I understand why. A lot of them, they sometimes give better action, I guess, and it's probably cheaper. But if they're gonna start using them all crazy, we need one of the makers of like skiffs or Gillians. We need you to make some small bearings out there. Come on, or a new guy coming up, whoever it is. We need some small bearings so we can replace these. Like same thing, like on the Nimble, like it's screaming for some new bearings. And it's nothing against them. It's just the pivot strength. Like this, like it could use some of the some better, stronger bearings. Period. But that's my rant about the bearings. Go buy it. That's what I'm gonna end this on. Go buy it. The link will be in the description. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out.